people, welcome back to my channel. Nigerians are not patient. Like what? Nigerians are not patient. Like I have never seen a set of people so impatient and so quick to turn on a person, not even just player. How does Osimhen miss a chance and different vile things were said about? Like people were comparing him to Helen Haaland, comparing him to this, comparing him to Harry. Like what? Anyways, guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's a post-match review of the Super Eagles game that was played yesterday against Gabon. It was a 4-1 win for the Super Eagles, and I think in the last few years that I would say I've been watching the Super Eagles, I think the last two games have been exceptional. The fact that they can actually score 4 goals in the last two games, I must say I'm really impressed with the Super Eagles. Now, let me start off obviously with the formation. The coach starting off with, some others will say it's a 4-4-2 formation, some will say it's a 4-2-2-2 formation. Regardless, Eric Shaw knew what he wanted. He knew why he was starting this set of players. And obviously, he knew that with the attack of Osimhen and Akko Adams, who I also think has been really good in the last two games that he has started off for the Super Eagles, I wasn't surprised that he was obviously going to start those two players. Now, looking at the fact that he now started Chukwueze and Ademola Lookman, yeah, obviously I was expecting that. And then in the midfield, it was Ndidi and Alex Iwobi, and the back four was Frederick Benjamin, Calvin Bassey, Zanusi, and Osai Samuel. And then obviously Nwabali in goal. But I would say that formation was what you would expect him to start, obviously, because it wasn't the same formation that started in the last game against Benin, but it was just 1 or 2 changes here and there. Obviously, Ademola Lookman didn't start in the game against Benin, so because of the red card, definitely, yellow card accumulation, definitely it was expected that he was going to start in the game against Gabon. But those obviously were the players that started off. That was the formation. And then to individual performances, let me start off with Nwabali. I feel like Nwabali he has this, I don't know, like I feel like he feels he has to put pressure on the opponent. I don't understand where he gets that idea from. And a lot of people are saying, oh yes, this is not the person you want to play or keep for you in the World Cup. And I'm questioning the thought of that, because trust me, who would you want to start in goal? Okoye Maduka is not bad, but we've seen what happens when he keeps for us. Amasogi, come on, really. Nwabali right now still putting up the performance that you would expect a Super Eagles goalkeeper to give. The goal he considered yesterday, trust me, it wasn't his fault at all. It was a mistake from I think Zanusi, that if that didn't happen, if it didn't deflect through him, there's a chance he would have kept a clean sheet. But regardless, I feel like he still needs to calm down, because when you now play against quality players, the likes of France, Argentina, England, you do not want to be playing these time-wasting tactics. It will not work. It will honestly not work. So he has to be careful. And I think the coach has to talk to him about that. And then to our defense, Calvin Bassey, Frederick Benjamin, even Zanusi, you know what? Every single one of them were so good. But I will single out Frederick Benjamin. I don't know how we didn't have him in our squad until Eric Shaw invited him for the Unity Cup. Like, sometimes when I look at him, I'm like, is this the same Fred Benjamin that plays for Brentford? Or is this a different... Because this guy is just 20-year-old. And he's so calm, so composed. You never see him under pressure. Even when he's one-on-one with a player, he's so calm. He's so calm. That is the kind of defender that we want. Is there anything I should say about Calvin Bassey? That the guy is consistent. The guy is really consistent. You see him attacking even as a center back, and when it comes to defending, it does the job. I don't think there's much to say. Zanussi and Osayi Samuel obviously put in a very good performance. I don't think there's much to say about those two, but they did what was expected of them. And then to the midfield, Captain Ndidi. Wow, I don't think I've seen him put up a very good performance like that in a very long time. I don't think so. That was how good he was yesterday. The kind of line-breaking passes he was giving, I was like, wow. And then Iwobi, his 90th cap for the Super Eagles. I don't know why a lot of people always have something bad to say about Iwobi. The guy does the job the coach wants him to do, and he does it well. But because they see him in Fulham, you know, give good quality crosses, good quality line-breaking passes, score goals, the work he's doing in Fulham is different from what he's doing for the Super Eagles. And so I don't know why people complain a lot about him, but he has been one consistent player. Even when it looks like the Super Eagles are just all over the place, he is consistent about his performances for the Super Eagles. But somehow it doesn't just look like Nigerians are okay with it. They always complain. Like, it's ridiculous. And then Ademola Lookman, for me, I think his performance yesterday was just there. He didn't do too much. He didn't give the Lookman effect that we are used to seeing him give. And I don't know, maybe it's because of what is going on with the club and everything, but I would definitely say it wasn't his usual self. And then Chukwueze, yeah, it wasn't. I think his performance was average. I would say that. But the two talisman, Akko Adams and Osimhen, they gave two different performances. In the first half, Akko Adams was good. Obviously, he scored the first goal. And I think, yes, it was more like carrying the momentum from the last game into this one, which obviously resulted in a goal. I'm not surprised. And then Osimhen, the number of chances he missed in that first half was enough it was definitely enough for the Super Eagles to have killed the game in the very first half. There should, at no point should there been any 30-minute extra game played. But you know what? He's a human being. See, just as I've said that Ademola Lookman didn't give his usual performance until he was removed in the second half. Look, Osimhen was not himself in that first half. He was missing chances that Osimhen would not have missed anywhere. It was missing clear-cut chances. It wasn't clinical. The second half, yes, what's his name now? The first goal that Adams scored was in second half. Sorry, the first half it was 0-0, but in second half, Akko Adams obviously scored the first goal, and then Lemina, who I feel like is one of the best players in Galatasaray, Osimhen's partner, he scored the equalizer. But I feel like the goal was deflected in, but it was a very good shot. So you can't take out of the goal. And obviously, you can't even blame Umabali for it either. So it was just unlucky that, yes, it was deflected in and it was a goal regardless. But there was also a shout of penalty, which I honestly did think it was a penalty. It was two players. To be honest, the ball itself was just crossed in. It wasn't like as if he would have done anything if he was standing up, to be honest. If we are being honest. And even Osimhen was also supposed to be given a penalty because of there was a particular chance he missed, and that was because the goalkeeper, who I think Gabonese goalkeeper, he was actually so good. I think he saved Gabon a lot of chances in that first half. He saved a lot of shots. He came out, he didn't get the ball, he hit Osimhen. That should have been a penalty. But he didn't give it. The VAR didn't even check it. Anyways, the first half, the second half went by, and then it was extra time. And then we saw Osimhen for Osimhen. The jagun, right? Because that chance he missed just before the whistle went, oh God, like my throat was in my hands. Like really, I was like, what? Like, how did Osimhen miss that? But then again, I remember that he's a human being regardless. The best of the best, the Ronaldos, the Messis, the Ronaldinos, the Zidanes of this world have missed chances like that. He will not be the first, neither will he be the last. And that brought a lot of questions. Is Osimhen as good as Erling Haaland? Is he as clinical as this? He's not good one-on-one. I was just like, what? Like, are you people joking? And I remember while I was watching this match, I was watching it with someone, and I told the person that Osimhen will still score goal. He will still score because there's a chance this game will end 3-1. And what happened? It proved me right. He scored 2 goals. I don't know why they are doubting this guy. That we are in the playoffs today is because of him. See, Nigerians, we need to be calming down. We need to be calming down. Anyways, we won the game 4-1, and as I said, it was quite impressive. I would not end this video without talking about Eric Schell, who I think has been so good that I don't know how I can even say anything negative about him, to be honest. Because since he took over at the helms of the Super Eagles, he has been so good. We knew he was an attacking-minded, possession-minded coach. But the fact that we are seeing it play out, for a long time we've always said that the quality and the talent we have in the Super Eagles, we don't have a coach that understands it and play to their strength. This guy has done that. If someone had told me that the Super Eagles will score 4 goals back to back, I would say it's a lie. It's an absolute lie, because what? The most the Super Eagles will score is probably 2 goals. But he scored 4 goals back to back and considered 1 goal. That is how good Eric Schell has made this team to be. Yes, we have talent, we have quality, but the coaching that he has given them has also shown on the field. He spotted Frederick Benjamin. How he did, I don't even know. And Benjamin has been a blessing in disguise. I must say that. Really and honestly, I feel like there is no reason at all why this guy will not win the AFCON for us. And if by God's grace we get to the World Cup, there's a chance that we can get to the semi-final with this guy still our coach. That's if the NFF don't fuck up, because the whole situation that happened before that game should never have occurred in the first place. Questions about them not paying the bonus. Like, I don't even understand what the NFF is doing. Because, to be honest, I intentionally chose not to do a video about it because I don't want to get distracted. And I wanted it to be that the players also were not going to be distracted. FIFA has to really question what is going on in this NFF because I don't understand it. I honestly do not. And I don't even want to waste my time talking about them because they're disappointing, honestly. Anyways, guys, before I end my video, have you subscribed? Yes, I know I am pissed off right now, but please subscribe to the channel, right? Subscribe. It is free and it helps the channel to grow. Please subscribe to the channel. And also follow us on all our social media handles at _official FSH. Right? Anyways, guys, the Super Eagles are going to be facing Gabon on Sunday in the final of the playoffs for CAF. And I believe it's going to be another easy win. I knew we were going to be able to get over the two African countries, obviously, that we were going to meet. The question was obviously going to be the intercontinental playoffs, which is still going to happen in March. The AFCON would have been done by then. Hopefully, they put up a very good performance in AFCON and then take that performance or momentum into the World Cup playoffs. But then aside, looking at the fact that they are going to be playing DR Congo, I feel like the game between Cameroon and DR Congo, it was just there. There was not much to it. Both sides were not clinical. Both sides didn't take their chances. However, I think the one chance that DR Congo had, which I feel was on target, and the only shot on target was the goal, which their captain, Chancel, scored. A beautiful corner, a beautiful header, and that sealed the game. But trust me, if you're going to meet them, obviously I expect them to want to pack the balls, defend more defensive line. Regardless, we are going to break them down. Because if I'm going to compare DR Congo and Gabon, I feel like Gabon has a better defensive side. Yes, they did score a lot of goals, but they did concede much. So they have a better defensive side compared to Congo. But we scored 4 against them. So definitely, I expect that we are obviously going to win the game against DR Congo, and it's going to be on Sunday by 8 p.m. Obviously, there's going to be a preview and the expected lineup, and all that before the game. But definitely, I must say that I am really, really impressed with the team in the last 2 games. I believe we are just one step. That is how I see it. One step away from taking a ticket to the World Cup come 2026. Anyways, those are my post-match thoughts on the game. Yeah, please, you people should calm down. Really, really calm down. It's not that serious. Well, guys, those are my thoughts. Share yours in the comment section. I will definitely be reading. Don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Also put on your post notification button to get our latest video when they drop. Thank you guys for sticking with the girl until I come your way again. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.